some of you that are like old Hammer or like older technique kind of folks that don't, you know, like me, who have wanted nothing to do with speed painting, may see what I just showed and just cringe, see it as a total reversal on quality as a painter. And so for you, I will now bring this other miniature out. In any case, I've got this ogre that I've 3D printed, and I think he's coming along really nice. I love the Marienburg color pattern that I've chosen. It is a set color pattern to some degree, but the way you choose yellow, blue, and red can be quite different. You know, how you decide to use those colors. I think he's going to look really cool with some washes, you know, after highlighting him up a bit and then taking the highlights up one more time. I'm expecting him to come out and look really cool on the table. I think it looks great. And similarly, I have this guy is a captain. I believe, yes, he is the captain of the ones that I've got painted now. I think he's coming out really nice. These are like young bloods, I think they call them, but they're basically younger soldiers that are part of them. Coming out kind of nice. And then another one. I have painted the eyes, and I have to do, one of them is a little bit of a fix that I have to do in that, but they came out pretty good, the eyes. But I do think these will look really great on the Mordheim table. I'm not finished with, well, I'm far from finished with using the Marienburg. I have 2 more metal miniatures that were part of the set. This is one of them. I got this one used through somebody I met through a Facebook trading page. Funny enough, I'm sure if I looked at the original miniature, I'd know what he was talking about, but he said that the sword handle was deformed. And so, like, he said it was damaged. But to be honest, I was looking at it and I was like, maybe it's a sword, but honestly, if that's a damaged miniature, then I kind of did pretty well. Because I honestly wasn't worried about it. And this is technically another captain. So the other guy had 2 swords. This one has, it's a different miniature. Just because they're holding them out. They're actually still 2 distinct miniatures. They're not the same. Even their bags, you can see, are different. But he is going to be another person on the Marienburg group. And then, so that's like the 4th or the 5th one if you include the ogre that I would have. And then this last one is another one that I got through Facebook, through someone. This guy is really cool. He's like a champion, I think they called him. But he's, not only is it because he's got a 2-handed weapon and a flail, but he's got a bandage on his head and he's got like a peg for a foot. So he's like a champion, but he's come back. Like, he's obviously been wounded, and he's come back to the land, to the town of Mordheim, to get more weird stone and basically use his skills and knowledge to lead the band, you know, or help. And so I also have Empire Plastics, like a brand new box that I can supplement this group as time goes on with more. I could pull out, like, put in like maybe somebody with a crossbow and, like, you know, just some different things. That'll be good. But I think to start, this should be pretty cool. Particularly if I actually have, I know they start with more money. That's one of the things about Marienburg. That's their superpower, is that they're like Iron Man, lots of money. But I think that I could potentially start with them, but I don't know. We'll see. In any case, I think it's coming along kind of cool. I've never painted these kinds of miniatures before, so, and I don't, by these kinds of miniatures, I mean these flashy sort of Warhammer Fantasy human factions, these mercenaries. Like, I've always done like goblins or beastmen or like this or that. Like, I've always done that kind of stuff. Never painted this kind of stuff, and that was part of the excitement for me. So sticking with Mordheim, but sidestepping to beastmen, who are always a favorite of mine. Even in going into this chaos stuff, or no matter what I do, I always still love coming back to the beastmen. I have these 2 gentlemen gentle gore. I don't know if there's such thing. It's a gentle gore. These are, I think I might have showed these last year, but I got these through Facebook for someone. These came from Italy, actually. These are incredibly rare Mordheim miniatures, and the reason is that they came only as a blister pack for Beastmen, which came as a box, and not a lot of people apparently must have bought these, and so the secondary market 20 plus years later just has a lot less of them on the market. And so this is a Besta gore, and so if you could technically, use any gore and like outfit him and call him a Besta gore and use him in the game. I mean, but if you're collecting the Beastmen original lineup from Mordheim, these are the Besta gore. They were marketed for that, so they're probably slightly bigger in stature than the other ones, but not a ton. But they're a bit more robust in their stature. They're clearly the best of the gore. So he has a cool mask on. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Nurgle sack on his head. And he's got what looks to be a torch. I think people have painted that I've seen, not just as a club, but a torch. I'll have to take a closer look, but I think that's what it is. It could actually be a pretty good just club too. And then there's another one. And like they both appear to have a bit of armor. But yeah, he's got the standard dwarf head on the shield, axe. But he's decked out compared to the other gore with armor. For sure decked out. The other one I think did have. I can't quite tell looking. I probably almost need to just put my magnifying glass on in this bright light here. He doesn't look like he's got armor on. The other one does. So, I'm going to paint these guys up too. This is sort of like unfinished business, and so I want to finish these guys up. I want to paint these guys for my Beastmen. So in some ways, what I might do is just kind of paint these four together, two for each troop. Kind of catch them both up with just some extra characters. What else do I have? Because I have started to play not with Ravaging Hordes in Warhammer Fantasy, but with the proper 6th edition army book. And in order to do that, it changes radically how you use the troops. You use them as ambushing beast herds instead of blocks of either gore or ungore. They are in ambushing units of mixtures of gore and ungore. And so because I sometimes want to use smaller units, herds, like I may want to have more champions, and so I'm getting ready 2 more of the champion miniatures that, I've already painted up a couple of this style, so I'm painting, these are my 3rd and 4th of this exact miniature, to have champions. I have another standard bearer that I can throw in there. I have a musician in the dip, which I just remembered now, so I get to take that out after this video. And then, because, ungore are less in points, there are some philosophies of using more of the ungore in these herds than the gore. Just depends on your philosophy, but I have these ones to paint still. I still have more gore back there to paint too, metal ones, but I'm going to paint these so I can just add a splash of, a couple more models. This guy actually I noticed has a broken spear tip. I was a little disappointed about that. He's the only one of all my ungore that has that damage, but I think I'm not going to worry about it. He's just going to have like a stick in the group of spearmen that he's going to stab somebody with the stick. And so that's that. Well, this has kind of gone on probably for a good length of time already. Yeah, sorry for being away for so long. I'm hoping to be back for a lot longer. We are starting up the Musty Wargamers 3rd week of October, so we will be sending out videos, Rusty and I, probably just reminding people when we're going to be starting again. Hopefully Dan wants to join in for more of our sessions this year. Hopefully he has time in the beginning of the season to join in too. It'd be good to see him. And yeah, aside from that, I apologize. A big part of my being on YouTube is really not to build this channel as much as just to continue to interact with other people that enjoy the hobby, and in particular the other YouTubers that I've met over the years. That there is this community of YouTubers, you know, that kind of know each other through their videos at a minimum, comments and perhaps live streams like we have with the Musty Wargamers. And for those of you out there, like there's just so many of you that I would say, hey, you know, sorry, haven't been watching your videos. I am kind of continuing now to start watching more painting and wargaming videos. Of course, as usual, we always tend to watch more as individuals of the stuff we're interested in, but I am starting to watch more stuff again, and I'm hoping to. I'm not going to promise that I'm going to catch up on a year's worth of, because it's almost been a year's worth, because I kind of haven't been watching YouTube for a fairly long time. But I can't promise to catch up on all of everybody's videos, but I am actually watching them again, and so you know, looking forward to seeing your guys' stuff as I have in the past. And one thing I will say is I did see that General Splatten put out a video, and he is somebody from quite a ways back who stopped putting videos out, and it was so cool when somebody jumps out, you know, that just hasn't been around in a really long time, and I used to watch their videos and stuff, and I get really nostalgic when I see some of the videos when I was learning to paint, you know, and teaching myself to paint, you know, again, like over a decade ago, and it's really cool to see those old names resurface. So yeah, for those of you that don't know him, I'm hoping he's going to be putting out more. He put out a little teaser, I think is what I saw, of a YouTube video. I'm hoping that he's going to start painting again and checking in. So, hope you guys are, it's Canadian Thanksgiving here. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. For those of you in Canada, happy Thanksgiving, and talk to you later.